How was Britain's response to COVID-19 such a success? January the 24th. Upon China confirming human-to-human transmission of COVID-19, Boris Johnson immediately calls an emergency COBRA meeting, one of many which he will personally attend as the crisis deepens. January the 31st. 2 people in the UK test positive for coronavirus. Boris Johnson moves quickly to purchase large quantities of personal protective equipment, avoiding a late scramble later and ensuring the safety of NHS and care workers. February the 15th. First COVID death in Europe. Boris Johnson announces that all visitors from China will have to quarantine for 2 weeks. This is later expanded to all new arrivals and stays in force throughout the pandemic. March the 5th, first COVID death in the UK. Boris Johnson immediately cancels all large events such as the Six Nations rugby matches and the Cheltenham Festival. March the 16th, with the virus exploding in Europe and the UK's death toll reaching 50, Boris Johnson takes the decision to completely lock down the country. Experts will later say that this decision saved at least 25,000 lives. March 18th. Following the example of countries like South Korea, Boris Johnson implements mass testing, starting with vulnerable people and NHS staff. April the 3rd. First Nightingale hospital opens. Due to the Conservative government maintaining a well-funded NHS over the last decade, there are plenty of nurses to staff these new hospitals. May the 22nd. It is revealed that Boris Johnson's close advisor, Dominic Cummings, broke lockdown rules. Recognising the breach of public trust, Boris Johnson immediately fires him. June the 1st. Working closely with local public health officials, Britain's test and trace programme finds and isolates 99% of contacts, flattening the infection rate. Historians will later describe Britain's test and trace system as world-beating. July the 11th. With an effective test and trace operation and strict quarantines at airports enforced, COVID restrictions are slowly eased. August the 3rd. Boris Johnson works closely with teachers' unions to ensure that schools are ready to reopen in September. Ever alert to the possibility of a second wave, he also increases funding for schools and universities to assist with remote learning in case there is another outbreak. September the 21st. Sage warns that a 2-week circuit breaker is required to stop a second wave of infections. Boris Johnson immediately enforces a national lockdown, saving thousands of lives. November the 20th. In recognition of the public sector workers who risked their lives to keep Britain running during the pandemic, Rishi Sunak rewards them with a pay rise. December the 25th. With Britain having the lowest COVID death rate in Europe and no new infections recorded for 20 days, people around the country enjoy spending Christmas with their loved ones. It sounds like a fairy tale, doesn't it? But all of these things were possible. This is what Britain could have had with a government that planned for the worst instead of hoping for the best. Sadly, this is what we got instead.